What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Cup of Cinema, where we review. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Cup of Cinema, where we review movies we watched the night prior over a cup of coffee. My name is Joseph. I'm with my co-host Acacia, and how's your morning been? Or, well, how's your day been now? It's like afternoon.
Great. Worked this morning,
Nice.
and only for 3 hours. It's Remembrance Day, so just a little cookie.
Nice.
And yeah, it's good. How's yours?
It's been a pretty good day. Got my Bramble coffee from your work. It's amazing coffee, really good.
Matcha latte.
Nice, nice. So, we took a little bit of a hiatus. We haven't done a review in a while.
Maybe 3 months.
Just been super busy. It's in November now. We went through Halloween, and we got to see John Carpenter's original Halloween in theaters, which was super fun. That was a great time. And went to a rave, which was fun. And then we went to a murder mystery party.
Yeah, and then a
was
Halloween
pretty cool.
party that was themed, murder mystery. Like, never had done it before, but you go in and you pick an identity, and you're one of the people at like a party, and eventually there's a murder, and you got to figure out who did it via conversation. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And what else do we do? I think that's pretty much it. Handed out some treats.
Yeah,
And some
at least
trick-or-treaters
recently,
come.
we've done a lot over the past few months.
Yeah,
but
yeah. And we have a lot coming up in our future, too.
Yeah.
Might do a big move, so
maybe
stay tuned for that.
Ooh.
I made a short film for Halloween,
Yeah.
which was pretty awesome. I'll link it somewhere here
I was the
if you guys want to
star.
watch. Yeah, she was the star, main character. All right, so today we're going to be talking about Terrifier, directed by Damien Leone. I don't know if it's Leone or Leone, but probably Leone.
Damien Leon.
Leon, yeah. So, we're going to be talking about Terrifier. Premiered at the Telluride Horror Show on October 15th, 2016. And then it received a theatrical release in the States, in the United States, March 15, 2018. So 2 years later, it's pretty cool.
Oh, what do you mean?
So it premiered at a horror show. So I'm guessing like a festival.
just like a small time, whatever. And then
yeah,
people
and then
really liked it, so they must have been like, oh, let's.
Yeah, it
take
got
care
its
of.
theatrical release in 2018 by Epic Pictures releasing.
I wonder if some like big boy was there watching them and was like, oh, I like this. Like, do you want to release it at my?
Yeah. It got really good
whatever?
reviews, that's why. The people loved it, that's what it was. And it just kept growing and growing and getting out there and talks and all
Yeah.
that. And yeah, it got its theatrical release, so that's pretty awesome. So the budget and profit for this movie it's extraordinary. The budget was $35,000 to $55,000. And the box office profit was $421,798. So that's huge, especially for a horror movie. That's what's amazing. So I think in the horror movie realm, it did really well, and people just seem to gravitate towards it. You want to read that part?
Don't know how to pronounce his last name, but we'll say Leon had created the character of Art the Clown for his short film, The Ninth Circle, which was in 2008, and then created another short with Terrifier in 2011. These shorts would generate interest for what became the anthology film All Hallows Eve.
So I've seen The Ninth Circle and I've seen Terrifier from 2011. Don't remember them that well because it was years ago when I watched them. And I remember watching All Hallows Eve, and that's when I first saw Terrifier before he became theatrical, I guess you could say.
Oh, that one was different? I thought that's maybe when it got first released, and then...
No, it's an anthology that I guess he created, and he's just in it. And I forget if it was an episode or just a couple minutes, but it's on Tubi. It's on Tubi. If you guys want to go watch that, All Hallows Eve, and that's where he had a small part before he became something big. So it's pretty cool. I like his. I like Art the Clown's entry into... Yeah, I like his character, but I like his entry into horror. He's different. He started as a short film character, and now he's big time, which usually, I don't know, they always start off big time. Michael, Jason, I guess Sam from Trick or Treat started with comics. So yeah, I like his little entrance. Do you want to go through the actors?
Yeah, so Jenna Cannell was Tara Hayes. Samantha Scafidi was Victoria Hayes, which is Tara's sister. David Howard Thornton as Art the Clown. Catherine Corcoran as Dawn Emerson, which was Tara's best friend, the kind of like sassy one. Puya Moseni as the cat lady.
It's a tough name.
Matt McAllister as Mike the Exterminator. I liked Mike the Exterminator. I was kind of
Yeah.
like, I was rooting for him in my head. I was like, I hope he doesn't die.
He's a good character.
Just with his Siggy and his cleaning or exterminating. I don't know. He's a good guy. Katie McGuire as Monica Brown. Gino Caffarelli as Steve. Which one was Steve?
He's definitely Italian. Steve is his buddy.
The one that
Mike's
came
buddy.
in the truck?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Corey Duvall as Seth Bolton, the coroner. Michael Levy as Will the Exterminator.
Oh.
Oh, that was the one that popped up. Which one was Steve?
Yeah,
Maybe
Steve.
he was, the pizza guy.
Oh, yeah.
Gino. He's
Yeah.
like the pizza dude. Oh, yeah. Eric Zamora as Ramon.
Nice. Okay. And then, we'll go through the plots. I got, a small summary here, so we'll talk about, pieces of the movie while giving our take on it. So yeah, it starts off with a disfigured woman is interviewed on a news segment, and afterward, the anchor, Monica Brown, makes cruel remarks about her appearance. The woman overhears and attacks Monica.
Yeah, so you kind of don't know who anybody is at this point.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, someone's disfigured and...
You think they got attacked by, Art the Clown?
Yeah,
Art
you
the Clown's in the
suspect.
movie. Yeah.
But it was kind of weird that the lady who's disfigured attacked the news person, even though she was like shit talking. It was just kind of like, oh, you're not the villain. It was kind of like a weird.
Yeah, I know.
But I guess
right?
she
Yeah.
holds a lot of anger about that. So, but it was
It was a good start. It was a cool start, and
it
probably
started
because
right
she's
away.
so beautiful and she's so disfigured and jealousy and
Yeah,
rage.
but it's one thing to kill somebody versus
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, it was a good start. It started right away.
Yeah.
You start watching it and shit's already gone down.
And it was cool because it started without Art the Clown. It just
Yeah.
started.
There was a
with,
killer, but it wasn't him.
Yeah, exactly. So I like that. That was pretty awesome. On Halloween 2017, friends Tara and Dawn encounter Art the Clown, who follows them into a pizzeria and is thrown out after smearing feces in the bathroom. Later, the girls find Dawn's car has a slashed tire, so Tara calls her sister Victoria to pick them up. Meanwhile, Art returns to the pizzeria and kills the staff. So yeah, this was pretty cool.
I thought that was pretty good. The pizza scene, or the pizza store, what's it, restaurant?
It was a pizzeria. Yeah.
Jesus. Where the girls are sitting.
Pizza
and
shop.
Art comes in and they're just holding eye contact, and he's just kind of looking crazy.
Yeah.
It was a little annoying with the and again, this is one of those cliche things. So, and I know they're trying to lean into all the cliches, but the Dawn, the other friend, the blonde one that was kind of sassy and whatever. I know she was drunk, but it was just that classic drunk person taunting the killer kind of thing. Just why? And then her friend's not saying anything. She's just oh my god, stop!
I know.
And then she comes back. She's like, why would you do that?
Yeah, it
if someone
pushes
was
the
doing
thing.
that, I would probably grab them by the shirt. It's just annoying. But I understand you're one character you're not sympathizing with, the other one you are a little bit. It's kind of pulling you in different ways with the different characters.
Yeah. I did feel like Tara was more definitely the responsible one.
Yeah.
They're trying to show it, but really quickly. But yeah, I agree. I was I guess what's it called? It pushes there's a name for it. It pushes reality. This movie, in a lot of areas,
Mm-hmm.
this being one of them, where she goes and sits on his lap and takes a picture, and it's I can't see somebody doing that. Maybe in a world full of billions, somebody super drunk would.
I can see drunk people. Yeah, but she didn't.
But her acting wasn't drunk enough to do that.
Because there was a period outside by the car where she was okay, just stop talking for a second. And she's
it pushes the boundaries of reality. Yeah.
But then when she's in the restaurant, she's just super normal looking and just acting obnoxious.
It doesn't give you that vibe to go do that.
Normally you're falling over stuff. Yeah, so it just didn't really...
Yeah, but all in all, this scene was pretty wicked though. It was shot good. I like the shots, and I like how he just started to go over, grab a quarter from the tip thing there, and get a ring from that machine and give it to her. And
kind of funny how
his mimic minds were so creepy.
Yeah, they were really creepy. It's weird how the ring never came back around. Like I kind of thought that was like foreshadowing something.
Yeah.
And the garbage bag, I was like, oh, what's in there? Like I thought these usually things like that they have to foreshadow something, but it's kind of interesting that they didn't because most movies, you know, when you're like in English class in school, they're like everything means something,
Yeah.
and whatever. But with this,
Yeah, the
never
garbage
saw
bag
the garbage
didn't.
bag again. You
Well,
never
we
saw
saw
the
through
ring
the
again.
we saw the garbage bag through the movie. It just didn't mean anything. It was just he just had his stuff in there. He
I
had
don't
his
remember him having it after that though. He threw it out with them when he left the pizzeria, and then he didn't have it again. I thought.
No, he has it at the end because he takes like, remember he shoots thing and he goes back and he's like needs another magazine, so he goes in his little garbage bag and pulls out the magazine and gets another one. She was like laying there.
I guess I
We'll
don't
get to that.
remember
We'll
part.
get to that. We'll get to
Anyway.
that. But yeah, so like he gives her the ring and stuff. Where and like you know he's just playing around. Then he gets like he goes to the back, smears like I guess shit all over the wall,
Yeah,
which
like
is disgusting.
chunky.
It's like and it was pretty. It must have been a pretty quick shit.
I mean, he was in there for a little bit, but
I guess it was like 2-3 minutes, but the shit and then
I
do
wonder
all
how you
that.
can hold
Jeez.
that in and then just
Yeah,
let
it's
it
disgusting.
go. Anyway.
So yeah, he goes back there, does that, and then comes back out, walks out of the pizzeria, or gets kicked out of the pizzeria for that. And yeah, the two girls go back to their car, and they find that they have a flat, and they call Tara's sister Victoria. So she's slowly on the way now, and then yeah, I guess like yeah, he went back and killed them. He had that guy's face. We don't see the first guy die. But his face, the pizzeria guy, his face is like all mangled with the candles
Well,
and
it's like
stuff.
because they showed the pumpkin sitting there with the pumpkin face cut out and
Yeah.
the light flickering, and then they replaced it with his face
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
light flickering inside.
So that was a pretty cool scene. And then that guy's hand getting cut off was pretty intense. I think they did a pretty good job. I like the gore in this movie.
They did a really good job with that.
That's what I really like. I like
Yeah.
the 80s look. I guess it was like 80s kind of
Yeah,
like
I think
80s
so,
look.
something like that.
And the film grain and all that, it looked really good.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of like a hobo with a shotgun or
Yeah.
like those, what is it, the Planet Terror or whatever. I've never actually seen that, but like that really saturated.
Yeah, I can't remember
Look.
Planet Terror, but I know what you're talking about. Those types of movies.
Yeah,
Where it's just like high neon and lots of grain.
lots of red, lots of yellows.
Yeah.
Vibrant. Yeah.
And it wasn't like crazy
Not
vibrant,
lots
but
of
it
them.
was
Or,
yeah,
sorry,
exactly.
not lots
yeah.
of them, but when you do see it, it's like very vibrant.
Yeah. So while waiting, Tara gets access to a nearby apartment to use the restroom. So that's what it was, an apartment
An
building.
apartment? It didn't look
Yeah,
like
it did not look like an apartment.
One of the people in the movie though said it was a warehouse.
Hmm.
Yeah, the guy I'm giving it away a little bit, but one of the guys at the end when he's on the police with on the phone with the
Yeah.
police, he's like, "It's an old warehouse."
No, it could be,
So maybe
yeah.
it's an apartment attached to a
And
warehouse.
yeah. So while waiting, Tara gets access to a nearby apartment to use the restroom. Inside, she meets the cat lady, a squatter who believes a doll is her child. Super weird. Art kidnaps Dawn and sedates Tara. Tara wakes up bound, forced to watch as Art saws Dawn in half. Tara escapes but is shot dead by Art, who also attacks a pest control worker, Mike. I friggin' mangled that up.
Yeah.
But what happened here was yeah, so she had to go to the washroom. So she asks Mike the exterminator if she could use the washroom, and then she goes in really quickly. And then yeah, that's when pretty much all hell breaks loose because she dies in there.
Yeah. Well, she finds her friend, and
Yeah,
Or
Dawn.
he's-
Yeah,
yeah, I guess he comes in first. She sees him and then runs away, and then he sedates her, and then she
Yeah.
finds her friend because she wakes up and she's right there. Yeah.
so like yeah,
And
Dawn
that
has
scene
a
was kinda gross.
horrible death, probably the worst death in the movie. I'd say
Yeah.
she gets sawed in half, and this is where like this is where the movie really breaks the boundaries of reality, which it should,
Yeah.
but like which I don't mind, but it's just like. She was still kind of yelling while the saw was like up almost to her throat, about to cut. Like her whole body was already cut in half, and she's still like, ah.
Yeah.
I'm like, long dead, I think. Long
But it's
dead.
already crazy when he's like using. It's not even. I don't even know if it was a bone saw, but he's also
A saw
just-
to cut her in
He
half.
looks like
yeah.
a skinny guy. He's
Yeah.
just kind of going at it. Yeah.
So that's where I was like, okay, this pushes the boundaries of reality. But then at the end, we definitely know it does. But yeah, so I was like, okay, it's definitely one of these movies, and I really again like I like the gore because I don't like movies like Saw. I don't like super gory movies. Like
realistic
I'm watching a
gore.
movie and it's just like you need to take your eyeball out to get the key in your brain. It's like, oh, okay.
But
I'm not into that.
this was like borderline comedy
Comedy gore.
gore.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
exactly.
I don't think it's
It didn't
categorized
look
as
very
comedy,
real, so
but
that's what I
yeah, it
liked
was
about
just
it.
so over the top, and it really leaned into that. And you're like kind of because like I don't really like gore that much. I do like gore, but I also hate watching it at the same time.
Yeah.
But knowing that it's like leaning into that, it's like, oh, okay, like I
Yeah.
don't know.
Even when he stabbed his when he cut his hand off, that was probably the realest gore effect I thought in
Yeah.
the movie. And that's the stuff I like. I like just like quick chop chop, stab stab,
Yeah.
Jason Michael. But yeah, he was pretty vicious though. He's like definitely a more vicious, torturous character. And the cat lady, she was like super weird. I don't know why it says cat lady. Like I didn't think she had a cat.
Well, there
the
were
whole...
a bunch of cats
Oh,
yowling, and I
there
think
were
it
okay.
was trying to indicate that she has them or something.
So this is where like he back to that garbage bag thing, where he had his garbage bag because he shoots Tara now. So Tara escapes, has like a little
Yeah.
battle with Art the Clown and kind of knocks him out, stabs him. So he's injured and hurts, but she doesn't make it far. He has a gun and just gets shot.
Yeah,
and
which
that
you
came
weren't
out of nowhere. Yeah,
expecting at all.
that was amazing. I really like that.
Yeah, I like that too because he's kind of a manual tool kind of guy.
Yeah.
Like, he likes to get his hands dirty and then he just pow pow.
Yeah,
Out
out of
like, oh.
nowhere. So I really like
it's
that.
like he liked getting fucked up a little bit. He like wants them to fight back, but he's like okay with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. And then, but he shoots her in the face once, and then he
Yeah.
shoots her again, and his gun runs out of bullets.
Yeah.
So he walks back, goes into his bag, into his
Oh,
garbage
I didn't even
bag.
like register that.
Yeah, he grabs another clip, and then he goes back and then ends her. And it was a pretty long time. She was like sitting there, just with a bullet in her face,
Yeah.
still alive, and that's realistic. So I was like, oh man, I'm really feeling for her right now.
I was like, damn, you got lucky. Like the
Yeah.
fact that he killed you by shooting you
But it wasn't just.
could have been any other way. I know she
But
still
then
had
it
to suffer. But
then he had to run out of bullets. It's like, oh man, she could have had.
Yeah.
She could have been luckier.
yeah.
But yeah, and then Mike's kind of like he got hit in the head with a hammer, so he's been like out this whole time, and then he wakes up and tries to help her. I forget how
But
he dies again.
you think he's dead, and then he ends up not being.
Yeah, he's not dead. He comes back to help the
It's
cat lady.
Yeah, he comes back to.
Help the
well,
cat lady.
he hears what's her face yelling or something.
No, the cat lady goes up to him.
Yeah.
And she's like, somebody's dead in your basement. Somebody's dead in your basement. He's like, what the hell is wrong with you? He's like,
Yeah, but I think he like
Oh, that
runs
was at
away
the
and
beginning.
finds
Yeah.
her or something.
Yeah, I forget how it went now, but how did he die again?
So he was like running out with Victoria
Yeah, he's with
because
Victoria
she just
now.
saw
Yeah.
her sister dead and she had like Christmas lights around her or something and she's like sobbing and stuff and then Art comes up from behind her because she has her back turned. Another stupid cliche that I hate. Like,
Yeah.
don't turn your back. You just were with him and now you're running anyway. Oh yeah, she like stabbed him once and ran away.
Yeah.
Stupid. And then Art comes out and then like starts slicing her up and then Mike comes down and saves her because he like hears all this happening and he's like trying to get the guy.
Okay.
And then they're running out and Art's following behind, but they don't know how far behind he is. And then while Mike's distracted, like looking for a way to get out because the door's locked, it's got a padlock on it. Art comes up from behind him and takes like a barrel or something and like throws it at him, and then it shows him like stepping on his face again and again, and then it has that dramatic like his head's just like there getting bashed, but like it's not really affecting his face, like he looks normal. And then the last one, it's like his whole face like explodes like a pumpkin getting hit by a baseball bat, which is kind of weird how they do that, but
I know
they want the gore, so of course it's gross.
And then the cat lady, she died when she was like consoling him and stuff, and she just yells
he took
in the
her
thing. And...
doll, which is like her baby. It's not a real baby, but she's crazy, so she's like, "That's my baby," and she's like, "Give it back to me, I'm a mother.
Yeah.
Don't you know what it's like to feel a mother's touch?" And she starts touching his face, and he's like, "That," and then he's like sucking his finger, and it's real weird. And then next time you see her, she's like, I think her chest got
off,
and he was wearing
her chest, her boobs and stuff.
But then he had hair. I think
he cut her top of her head off.
Oh, it was just the top,
and her like boobs and stuff.
Yeah, and he was like
and he was like walking around and stuff. Then that's when Victoria comes in now, And now everyone's kind of dead now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they brought
everyone's
a lot
dead.
of
It's just
characters
Victoria.
because
Yeah,
the extra exterminator came in too because Mike had called him. And
yeah,
there were just people coming all the time and getting killed. It was very like minimal storyline,
yeah, yeah.
just and minimal dialogue. It was just like a lot of like this person's here, now they're dead. This person's here, this person's here, this person's dead, this person's dead. Like, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of him doing the skin walking thing? I thought that
Oh,
was
wearing the
like,
skin?
yeah, I was like, I didn't like that part. I didn't like that part that much. I was just like, now it's just trying to do a little too much,
No,
like
I felt like
of a mix of everything. And I was like, we didn't. I don't know. I just didn't think he needed to do that. But I was like, okay,
I wasn't expecting it, but once he did it, I was like, yeah, that tracks.
he's crazy
He's
and
of,
stuff.
not
Yeah,
of this
but
world. Like there's something
yeah,
really
yeah.
wrong with him. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was fine.
I think it was just more I felt as the trope era like thing where it was a movie trying to do a lot of different things which I loved, but then it was like that one that's where for some reason I was just like I didn't
I'm
need
more
him like that. It
so.
didn't scare me or anything. That's why it didn't give me that when I see stuff like that, which is we don't see it a lot, but when we see something walking all weird and it's wearing something else's skin and stuff, creeps me out in most movies. But it didn't do it for me in this
But I
one.
don't think he was trying to do it like that. I think they were trying more so to show like this guy's just fucking
Deranged, yeah.
deranged. I mean, the fact that he could skin someone like that and wear it without it, doing such a good job cutting it in such a short amount of time. Like,
Yeah, maybe.
there's something else about this thing. But what I didn't like about it is I don't normally like a lot of nudity just because I find it's so unnecessary. It's just like shock value, which this is a lot of shock value.
Yeah.
But there was already boobs, and then he like cuts her chest, and then he's got her boobs like hanging out. I'm just like, stop at the boobies.
Yeah.
Like stop.
I didn't think it just showed.
I just
was
find
like
it
a very,
annoying.
yeah, that's another like 80s horror trope,
Yeah,
I think
I
though.
know.
And they
Death
didn't do it too
slasher
much, which was
boobs.
fine too. And there was no like sex scenes, which
Yeah, that
that's
was
what I
nice.
don't like seeing. I'm like I don't want to see porn on the TV while
super
watching
annoying.
a movie. I don't know why people back in the day like that. Well, I don't know. It's just not. It makes me just feel different in a weird way
I don't
that I
want to
don't
look at
want
the
to
screen,
feel.
and I
Yeah.
don't want to look at the people next to me. I'm just like,
Like a bit of nudity is
I'm
fine,
uncomfy.
but when I see somebody just getting railed on screen while I'm watching a movie that
but maybe that's what they want. They want you to
just
be
like
uncomfortable. That's the
yeah, I
point.
guess so. Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
success.
But it's an uncomfortable.
I don't want it.
It's an uncomfortable feeling that I don't want to have. Like when I see somebody getting, I guess chased or something, I like that gets my blood going. I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy's like I like that's why I like Scream and stuff. But yeah, let's get away from that part and. The cat lady tries to show motherly love. We talked about that, and then she gets killed. And then Victoria arrives. She finds her sister's body and is attacked by Art, who mauls her face. Police eventually arrive, but Art shoots himself before being arrested. Victoria survives, but is left disfigured. The story reveals that the massacre took place the previous year, and Victoria is the woman from the film's opening. So I fell asleep halfway around this part. So I'll let you talk about Victoria's death not death scene.
It's kind of annoying because it's like one of those things, and again, they're doing the cliches and they're leaning into them, but it's gonna always bother me. Like I can't get over it when the victim is like escaping from the crazy murderer who not only is he a crazy murderer, it's not like he's like shooting someone in the head, bam, you're dead, bam, you're dead. It's like he's torturing and mutilating people. So that's even I feel like that's even more that's like a different kind of fear and like I mean I've never been in either of those situations, but I imagine you would think differently. Like I can't just run from this person. Like I am more scared to be tortured and to have a extended like death scene, you know?
Yeah.
So the fact that she's running away and like she goes in through there's like a opening between the garage doors. She like crawls in and she sits right close to it. As soon as she did that, I was like, I would be looking back to see how much space there is, and I would like, if I need a second to just like breathe, I would like scoot a couple feet away where you can't touch me or see me in the shadows, and then I would take a moment and then get right back to like I gotta hide. But she just like sits there and she's like, sitting next to an opening where he was just following her, and then of course he grabs her and I'm like, oh my god, you stupid idiot. And then yeah, it's just he like rips her hair out and then he like leaves, or there was a funny moment where I think he's again it's not a comedy, but there were a few like funny times, like one where he like flipped them off, and then the other time he like this other time where she's hiding from him, he has his like little horn,
Mm.
and he ripped her hair out, and then he goes honk honk. And, like,
Oh yeah,
honks the
I
horn
remember
at
that part.
her.
Yeah,
I was like, nice. That's
I
good.
like that part too. Yeah, that was
And
a good
then
part.
she just kind of stays there, and then he like the police cars are coming, so she thinks the police are there. So she's like peeking out. Of course, she goes up to the crack. She's like looking out. I'm like, great, he's gonna like stab your eye or something. But then he like is in a truck and he like rams into the door. And instead of her, the classic like if a boulder's following you, don't go straight. You weave or you
Yeah.
like go to the side. She just like runs straight in the path of where the truck would be going.
Yeah, I don't remember that
And
part.
so she
Damn,
gets
I gotta...
run over, and then he goes out and he starts like eating her face, and then the police show up. Yeah.
That's so weird that he eats her face.
Yeah, that part I was like, okay, that makes sense. He's crazy. It's weird, but it, like
Yeah.
he's crazy.
So, what are some of your opinions on the movie?
I actually really enjoyed it. Again, I don't really normally like slashers, and I don't know. I keep saying like I don't like gore, but I've always loved gore. I think I'm just getting slightly more sensitive to it now, but it's one of those like hate watches where like I really enjoy it, but in the moment I'm like, I'm in pain because I'm like feeling
Yeah.
the stuff on the parts where they're getting mutilated. But yeah, I don't normally like stuff like that, but I thought it was really well done. I probably wouldn't watch it again, nor would I recommend it to most people unless they're very okay with stuff like that. But having said that, it was really well done, and I actually liked the quality or the style of the gore and stuff. Like, yeah, I thought it was a very good movie.
Nice, nice. Yeah.
And the acting was like,
Yeah, the acting was
good.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the acting at all. I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was actually like, yeah, really good movie. I would recommend it to people who I know like horrors and all that. I would definitely be like, yeah, you should watch Terrifier if you like horror movies or thrillers or anything. One thing I felt like it was a bit long for me. Like I
it
felt
was
like
a short movie though.
yeah, like I don't know. I felt like that's why I kind of fell asleep. I was tired as well, but like I kind of fell asleep at the end just because it kind of felt like it started to drag on a little bit. Like once Victoria came into the warehouse, that's when I started to be like, oh, okay, like
Yeah, you're
it's like,
still adding
I was
characters
like, let's
to
get it going now
like,
because it felt like a short film that was being dragged on, and it's funny because it started as a short film and now it's like a theatrical film, but it felt like a short film that was just dragging on too much because it kind of felt like a kill scene that was never ending. He just kept going and going, and that's awesome. Like I liked the kill scenes and all that, but I don't know. Like I always wanted when I watch horror movies. Sometimes I'm always like, oh man, I wish like there's just a movie that would just where
yeah,
you
just
keep,
do
keep
kill
on
and
killing,
kill.
killing. And
Look
now
at this. Now look at that.
Terrifier does that, and I'm like, I kind of actually like having a little bit of dialogue with the characters and a little bit more in between, or break it up in some type of way where
It's funny because I actually feel
give
like
it a little bit more of a story.
they did a really good job at doing kill after kill after kill. So I actually
They
feel
did
like
though, yeah. Like at
I'm
the end
actually
of the
very
day,
okay with it. I feel
Yeah.
like most people wouldn't be able to pull that off.
Yeah, like I got bored with it, but at the same time, even though I was bored with it, they did a good job.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like I was just
Now
tired.
you know
and,
that you
yeah.
aren't into that, even though you thought you wanted it.
Yeah, I thought we could just do like a full kill movie where it's just like one after another after
Yeah,
another.
but
But I
they did
kind
it
of
right
like
and you
the
still-
where like it jumps from a kid or from a group or whatever is being killed, and then we go back to like the group friends that are like talking a little bit. Then another one's getting picked off for a little bit, but then we're back to them having like this, whatever. And it kind of did that a bit at the beginning, but then yeah, near the middle to the end, it was just a full throttle. Like people just kept coming, and he kept killing. People kept coming, he kept killing. But overall, they did do a really good job. And the acting was really good. Art the Clown was amazing.
Yeah.
The Tara was really good. Like, even like in the pizzeria, like she was actually doing like not too bad of a job
Yeah.
of like acting all shy and quiet and being the more looking like the
Yeah.
responsible one in situations and all that. Again, like back to the gore. The gore was great. I like the 80s gore look. I like the old school look, the film look that they put on the graininess and all that. I
Yeah.
like that. That was super cool.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Yeah, the cinematography was great. The angles were super cool too. Again, I kind of wish we had a little bit maybe more time with the characters. Like I didn't feel for them that much. Tara a little bit, but like when Dawn was dying, I was like, nice. Like,
Yeah,
like not nice, but I was just like,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, you know,
I did
don't really
again. I
care.
did like Mike though. I don't know why. He just
Yeah,
seemed
I
like
like
a
Mike too. Yeah, I didn't
normal
want Mike to
ass
die.
dude. Yeah.
But like none of the characters made me feel like, oh no, like they got him or something like that.
Yeah.
Where in some movies I'm like, oh, I hope they don't kill that guy.
But again,
and they
that's
kill
this
him.
thing where it's just kill after kill.
It's
They're not
just
trying
fast. Yeah,
to give you
exactly.
depth. They're just
I wonder if this falls into like a horror or like an action horror or
I feel like it would still be a slasher. wouldn't it?
slasher. Yeah, I guess a slasher. Like it would be under the horror genre, but it would be like, yeah, I guess slasher.
Yeah,
which
gore
is-
slasher maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. And he must be a demon because at the end of the movie,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
didn't talk about the end, but
Yeah, so
the bodies
he
come in. Yeah.
does this at the end when the cops find
He
them.
does what?
Does this?
Blows his brains out?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Couldn't articulate the words. I'm having a hard time with my words today.
I thought you just didn't want to say it or something. I was
No.
like, was it bad to say it?
No,
Boom.
I'm just having trouble finding my words today. He shoots himself in the head,
Yeah.
and so he's dead, obviously. But then when he goes to the coroner's, when he's looking at him, he unzips the bag, and the lights like flicker and shit, and then he kills him. So he obviously comes back. Yeah, he must be some sort of demon or something, which
Yeah.
makes sense because the way he was like cutting up people's skin and able to like wear it and stuff.
Yeah.
You gotta be skilled to do that. And he took a lot of hits. Like Tara got him a couple times.
Yeah.
God, almost everybody got a little piece of him.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. He did get. Yeah. He was bleeding out a lot through the movie, for sure. So like a couple cool facts. David Howard Thornton. Yeah. Who portrays Art the Clown has previous mime experience,
Oh.
which he utilizes
Wow.
in his performance.
That's
and
why then.
yeah, I think
That's
he
really
got
good.
the gig too from trying to use his mime
It's
thing.
such a good idea to like. I like
Yeah.
when people do that. They like hire people who are like in the field or whatever of the thing they're trying to do. And being a mime is acting, so like.
That's another thing though too. I don't know if Art the Clown was supposed to have mime thing. I think they got the
Oh.
idea when David Thornton portrayed as.
What do you mean? So he was a
Like,
clown, but
clown?
not like a mimey sort of clown.
I
He was
think
just.
I got to do more research on that, but I was reading that really quickly before this, where it was saying that he was auditioning, and he was auditioning like a mime, and I wonder if Damon Leone got the idea to put those mime effects. I got to read more on that before or after. But another thing too is that David Thornton revealed in an interview with The Direct that while Art is perfectly fine with murder and torture, one crime he'd never commit is rape.
Oh,
And
nice.
this is not because Art is morally against it, but rather he is entirely asexual and has no interest in sex at all.
I mean, you can kind of get that because like
So
he's
does,
got
like, him
these
dressing
women,
as
and he's.
the woman.
I
like,
think
with
it's
the
just like
skin
a
suit and
weird.
stuff? Like,
it's
isn't
just
that
like a
something
weird.
an asexual guy person wouldn't do? Or
No, because that's not sexual. Wearing someone's skin isn't sexual. He was
Oh, I
pretending
thought
to
it
be
was
a
a-
woman, and he was like twirling
Isn't
his
that-
hair.
isn't
He's just
that
a freak. Like
yeah,
he
I
was
guess
just
so.
being
Yeah.
weird.
I feel like
But it
that
does
would be-
make sense because when he was showing, the two friends, like Tara was all bound and whatever, and then the other girl, he sawed her in half. And I was like, this would be, like, that was kind of a weird thought, but I was like, this would be the perfect time to do that. But I was even thinking, I was like, I'm glad he's not doing that. I'm glad he's sawing her in half. Not really glad about that, but it was just,
Yeah,
it was
doing
nice
something
to not
sexual
have
to her or
that.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So,
I'm
yeah,
not,
I like
crazy
that.
into like
it's cool.
that type of stuff either in the horror movie
Yeah,
realms.
we really don't need it all the time.
No, yeah. All right, so our reviews.
Yeah.
So, what would you review Terrifier?
To be honest, I'd probably give it like a 9.
Whoa,
out of 10.
that's really hot. That's
I really
nice.
enjoyed it. I
Nice.
probably wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10 just because I won't watch it again.
Yeah.
But maybe that's kind of good. It's like they did such a good job at the gore and like stuff that I don't want to see that again.
Yeah.
But I would recommend it, and I'm glad I watched it. And art is creepy as shit. And
Yeah.
it actually scares me.
Nice.
And when we went to bed the other night after watching it, I was like, I don't want to go to sleep because I think I'm gonna have nightmares.
So it did
Didn't
its
have
job.
any, but
The job.
Yeah.
It did its job then as
Yeah.
a thing.
exactly. So that's why. Yeah. Anyway,
Not bad.
what is your review?
So I would give it a 7 out of 10. I liked it. I didn't love it, and I would definitely put it on during Halloween, but more as a background movie rather than actually watching it. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was fresh. It was something new. I liked the look of it. Again, I kind of got bored a little bit. I thought it just dragged a little bit for me, but overall it was good. And I'm excited to watch the second one and the third one, which we'll probably watch and review.
There's 3?
There's 3, yeah. The newest one came out this year.
Okay, that's what, because I keep seeing art on Instagram, and I'm like, what is this
Yeah,
clown
he's like a
from?
big thing
What
now.
movie is this? And that must be why.
So for reviews, we're sitting at IMDb 5 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes 62%, and the audience score is at a 3.2 out of 5 from almost 1,000 ratings. Yeah, which, you know what, I thought its ratings would have been higher.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
I thought
too.
it had more positive reviews for some reason. It's got actually a lot of 1 reviews.
But this is like...
But then it's also got a lot of 5. Like, people aren't really in the middle of this. It's either you hate it
you
or
hate
you
it or you love
it.
it, which is very, like, this is the kind of movie that people would love it or they hate it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you're not sitting in the middle.
You
it's
see
funny,
something like
I sit in the middle
that.
of it.
I don't know. I feel like you see something like that and you either hate gore or you love it, or you think it's too much and too over the top, or you're
yeah. See, it's not the gore that got me. It was more the storyline. I guess the slasher didn't really need a storyline, but like I kind of like a little bit of storyline in my slashers.
I have a feeling people that hated it didn't like the gore.
Yeah, maybe.
Which, like, I feel like, I don't know, you almost can't rate it low based on that. If you yourself don't like gore and you're watching a gory movie, maybe...
So let's see like a couple...
A loose narrator on a cheap gore effect reel does not make a movie.
This person thought it was like poorly acted, poorly written,
and poorly edited.
I kind of see why, like I think
it's a style.
I think exactly. Then some people don't
that.
understand that. Yeah, they don't. I think that. But yeah, some people don't understand that. That's like the style, right?
Or they don't even care. They're like.
But they're probably sitting in the theater, like, well, why does it look like a
maybe
short film in a theater?
They're going into it with
thinking it's like $1 million budget. But yeah, no. Overall, it was good. I liked it. I liked. I think it was a good movie. Recommend it.
Is there anything you're looking? Oh right, so you said you're looking forward to second and third one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to those two. But the movie that I am looking forward to is Smile 2. There's a new Smile movie's coming out, and I actually enjoyed the first one a bit. So
yeah,
I didn't love it, but I liked it.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited to watch that one. I'll probably see it in theaters. We'll do a couple cinema on that. And how about you? Do you have any movies coming up that you're excited for?
I don't know what's coming
out. And I don't really
out,
keep up with
up-to-date
movies.
I guess Smile 2.
Nice, okay. Smile 2 it is.
Well, and I kind of want to watch another Terrifier at some point.
Yeah, we'll do another Terrifier 2 review and then a number 3 review down the line. Wait a little bit till we do another one. Yeah. I'm terrified out already after the first.
Oh, I'm terrified.
But yeah, we'll come back next week with a new review. I don't know what movie we'll watch, but it'll be something. Maybe Ready or Not. We were going to review Ready or Not on Netflix, but our Netflix wasn't working, of course, so...
Yeah, so we watched this
paying
instead.
for what? I don't know. All right, guys. Please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode. Peace.